Welcome back, YouTube. Today, let's go over a product I'm excited to bring you in this awful tabletop review. So, it's been a while, but in this recent year, I've done a lot of crossbow reviews. And I got another one for you. Today, we're going to go over another Walmart crossbow, another budget option. Barnett XP380. So I got a lot of trash. Alright, this is what's going to go over here. Let's go over some specs real quick. We have a foot stirrup. So, with a foot stirrup like this, it comes with a cocking rope. I don't need to show you what a cocking rope looks like. You've got an aluminum rail. You have place for your quiver. Boy, I'm blanking today. You have rails up here for attaching this, or if you want a vertical foregrip, tripod, bipod. Well, I guess you could do a tripod. You have grip right here, pretty standard. These nice finger guards keep you from putting your fingers up on the rail, protect you from the string. Pistol grip, or a thumb hole grip, because this right here, and we're going to come back to this trigger in a minute. But really comfortable pistol grip, thumb hole grip, and adjustable stock that, I don't know if you can see this, it actually tells you the length of pull, which, I don't know, it's not a necessary feature, but it's just kind of a cool feature to have. So, because I think I have mine at what's that, 15 inches or so. Automatic ambidextrous safety. Automatic goes on safety. They use a brush for arrow retention. And now the trigger. They use a metal Tech trigger from Barnett. This does not come with it. This is my little add-on. I'll go over that, but I changed the scope. Scope comes with that they send is a Halo. Is it 4x32? It says right. Right there, upside down for you guys. 4x32. Now, again, this is a Walmart crossbow. Barnett. Oh, and it comes with two. I'm going to say this. This is going to be important. Headhunter XP bolts. This is important. Better. Sorry, it's bugging me. We're not editing that out. So, Headhunter XP bolts. Two of them. Just two. It's a weird deal. So, now that we went over basic features, let's go over what I really liked about this bow. Oh, and it weighs 6.5 pounds, or 6-ish pounds. I'm assuming without the scope. So let's go over what I really like real quick. I like the weight. It actually, and it's, I don't know how much, it's longer than the Centerpoint CP400. But I like it. It is a lightweight, and I actually, when I grab this and pull it back in, I don't get that heavy crossbow feel that I got with a bunch of others. The scope is, it's a crossbow scope that comes with it. You know, it's got and then it's, you know, got the crosshairs and then the hash marks. I already had this HHA speed dial. I already had this from another, and I put this aim point on, and this thing is awesome. And the number one thing that makes it awesome is that trigger. That trigger, guys, it's the best crossbow trigger I've ever dealt with for sure. It beats out the CP400, which wasn't bad, but it was just really, really long, and it was that one's much more expensive than this crossbow. It beat the Killer Instinct 405. Was it Instinct, the one I have on my channel that got a lot of views? Because I got and by the way, the CP400 is not even in this ballpark. This crossbow is a budget crossbow, and this trigger is an amazing trigger for a crossbow because it feels like a rifle. It really feels like a budget rifle trigger. I don't know how they did this trigger. This is an amazing trigger. It does not, in the past when I've dealt with crossbows and I bashed Barnett for, and I will continue to bash Barnett for, was their Barnett Jackal. And it had a horrendously hard, mushy trigger. It was mushy till it hit the wall, and then it was stiff, and you basically jerked the trigger. This one, it really feels just like a regular gun trigger. That's really truly the amazing part of it. Safety's easy to flip on and off. I like that. And the weight, it is light, is almost a pound lighter than the CP400. It is on par with the Killer Instinct, but unlike Killer Instinct, this one's got an aluminum rail. And with this red dot, this thing is, well guys, I'm going to flat say it. This is going to be my turkey getter this year. I'm going to try to get a turkey with this. And that part's amazing. The stock here, you know, this AR style, which everything's going to, that's something the Killer Instinct I thought fell short on. Their stock was kind of uncomfortable. It worked. It was usable. Just like the scope is usable here, but really this thing is amazing. The bolt that it came with, 2 bolts, I lost one of them, are really good. It has some type of brass weight up there, if that comes across on camera. Point. It does have this vein down, which it even says, for those of you that might not be as inclined about archery as most of us, that the odd color would go down in the rail. Came with your basic bow wax. Again, your standard stuff, but the trigger and the weight really set this thing off for being comfortable. Now, let me go to some things I don't like, and they're minor things. The scope is okay. I'm just going to say the scope is kind of one of those things that I don't really like, but it's really not that bad. Obviously, this red dot, I like to shoot both eyes open. With this red dot, I can just go both eyes, and it's like a video game, like a Walking Dead video game. Another thing I really don't like about this crossbow, a little bit the length. It's almost really long. I want to say this is almost like 35 inches, which doesn't sound like a lot. The CP400 and the configuration we shot was about 34 inches, but you could shorten it down, and they like to advertise that. Of course, this one could be shortened down, and then it's not as bad, but it's a longer crossbow. Get back to the way I like it. But that's about really it on the bow. scope, which they always cut corners somewhere. They cut corners on the scope, and they gave you an amazing trigger. I'd rather have the amazing trigger and cut corners here, because this can be changed. Like I said, I changed it for this aim point. I have an old aim point I threw on here, and this is nails. Can't say that one enough. The other complaint I have is the lack of information. So it comes with these bolts. It comes with 2. That's a big complaint. Like, everyone sends 3, right? But they sent 2. I guess it's to make room for the trigger. Okay. You can't find any information on this bolt. I just can't. And trying to find another one of these with the brass insert to give it that nice front and center weight. And they have no, by the way, this doesn't say how much this is supposed to weigh with a 100 grain tip. There's no information on that. I went on their website. All I can find is the standard Headhunter. This has been marked as the XP, Headhunter XP. It even says custom carbon above it. I can't find those. I'd like to buy some more. Is there a difference? I don't know, but if there's not a difference, then why would you not mark it? It's one of those things I don't like when crossbow companies do, or any company does. That's it. And the biggest reason I'm bringing this as a crossbow to you is because I got this at Walmart. Granted, it was on clearance for less than $250. $250. Now, I already had this, so we'll take that off. You can get a crossbow that shoots amazing. It shoots 380 feet per second, a little slower than Killer Instinct or some of these others, but still very doable, very, very usable. At most archery ranges, it's going to be plenty capable of taking game. And that feels and shoots as good as this. That's what I really liked. I think the normal price is, and again, don't quote me on this because prices change, was right around $300. So again, very budget minded. And when you get down into budget options for guys that just want to get a bow and go hunt, whether it's a crossbow, a compound bow, you get to that 300 mark. There's some really good options, and Barnett, I think, knocked it out of the park with that. So, thumbs up, buy, recommend, buy, right there. Barnett XP380. If you can find it, buy it. Put yourself a speed dial on it, and go to town. If you like this content, hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, or budget archery options, so you don't have to be a millionaire, billionaire to archery hunt, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try to bring as much archery things between midpoint to budget options to the table as I can. And remember to always, unless it's the crossbow, keep it heavy. Catch you guys in the next video.